Mainly closed guard is your better, like defensive street fight type jiu-jitsu. You see these guys, you know, doing this kind of stuff, attacking someone standing or, you know, inverted guard in jiu-jitsu tournaments. Like, they very rarely close their guard. But you almost never see that in MMA because you get hit. And so, we're focused on stuff that's applicable everywhere, not just a certain rule set. So, we're going to focus, we're going to do some closed guard for now. Now, one of the things I can do to tighten my guard is pull my heels down. It locks in my guard a little tighter. And then my attacks are going to be kind of predicated on his posture in my guard. So today we're going to do this kind of posture, like a 45 degree. But if he's, if he's down low, hugging me, we got to do different kinds of attacks. If he's up high, I got to do different kinds of attacks, more from like a sit-up guard type. If he's, say, like even clear up on his knees, sometimes in MMA you'll see guys get up like that. Okay, that's a little different situation. I got to attack differently there. And like leaning into me, same, it's kind of like from a scissor guard type defensive. So we're just going to start. He's up in kind of a 45 degree angle, and he's just got his hands on me, control my posture. So first move I'm going to do, it's real simple. I'm going to cross grab one arm, and I'm going to cut behind the shoulder. I'm going to scoot my hips out until I can get this foot in his hip. And I'm going to stretch him out, foot in the hip, this leg up high, and I'm pulling on it so it keeps the posture broken. If I let him posture, okay, I've lost it. So I keep his posture broken. Now I'm going to start working from the triangle. A lot of times he'll see this and grab my foot because he knows he's in danger. So what I do is I kick it high, kick it underneath, boom, right into the triangle. So once again, I cross grab his arm and his elbow, 2-on-1. And I'm going to scoot out and put my foot on his hip. Scoot out to the same side hip that you're grabbing with and start stretching. Then when he grabs that, circle your foot to the inside, kick it, break his grip, he falls right into your triangle. And then here, I've already got a nice angle. I can underhook the arm or the leg or whatever. I can kind of flex my hamstring a little bit to tighten up the part of my leg that's going across the clothesline of his throat. And I kick my leg into him, and I curl my far leg. Should be real tight. And you want your foot across here. You don't want it across his back. Too much of his shoulders in there. You want it across his neck, and it should look like his arm's coming out of his mouth. See that? So one more time. So I cross grab, double grab. Either way works, but this is a little bit better if you can grab light up with his arm. Scoot onto my hip, put my foot in his hip, and break his posture. Keep him folded over. When he grabs my hand, kick that foot, turn as I pull him into me. That gets me my nice angle where I'm almost perpendicular to him. And then here, I'm going to underhook this arm. And that controls the arm too if he tries to hit you with it. And then I kick this leg into the side of his neck, curl, stomp this one down. Any questions? Yeah, let's go ahead and give it a shot. Swing inside one hand and grab the back of his head. And I kind of, I don't even know what you call this movement, but just scissor my hips out. So I'm gripping the back of his head. The neck isn't as good of pressure for holding him down. It breaks his posture better if you grab the back of the skull. And so I'm controlling him from escaping because he's got, I guess, 4, I think. basic movements he can do here. One is he can drive into me and squish me. So that's blocked with this elbow and with this foot. One is he can posture up out of it, but that's why I'm controlling his head. Another is he can back out, which is why I'm hooking with this leg. That's important. Because the head's not going to be enough to hold him from backing out. This leg here hooking. As far as circling back in. Yeah. Yeah. So spinning, another way you can come in is spinning to try to flatten me out. So that way I've got to block with that hip, and this way I just kind of keep sliding with him. He's clearly well locked in. So this is the position I want to attack from here. So the first one, real easy, is I just swing my arm inside and go to a knee rack position. And I'm going to slide my hand down to his wrist and twist it. Twist it downward. That way it makes it real easy for me to get my leg through. So, swim one hand inside, grab his head, scissor outward, foot in the hip, foot curled, bring this one into his bicep, slide my knee inside, cup the back of his triceps for the leg drag. So he's still pretty well controlled here. And then I slide down to his wrist, turn it downward, and kick my leg through. Back to the triangle position. And from the triangle position, one thing I saw a few people doing is this. Putting myself in a leg lock, basically. It's a bad idea. Keep these toes pointed up towards the sky. Come here. And so once again, so inside, grab the head back to this position here, and go ahead and have your opponent try to drive in and posture up and pull out backwards and whatever to try to escape it. You should be able to, you won't be able to hold him forever, but you'll be able to delay him long enough to attack. So first, nice and easy one, I slide my hand inside his bicep and do a bicep thread. Slide down to the wrist, curl it downward, pull my leg through, get my triangle position. Get my perpendicular angle, and squeeze down. Any questions?
When your leg's on the zip, on the inside, you're keeping your knees tight to the body, right?
This one?
Yeah.
To a certain degree. You don't need to pinch. A lot of guys will try to come and pinch like this, but that actually makes my foot miss his hip, so he can slide around and slide me back up. He slides hips in it, yeah. So it's kind of tight here, but it's not pinching downward. That way it leaves my heel right inside his hip. Does that answer your question? All right.
The knee rack?
Oh, yes.
What kind of prep do you have?
That's a good point. I'm doing a monkey grip, a thumbless grip. See, this kind of grip pushes, this kind of grip pulls. And I'm pulling countering forces. I'm pushing in with my knee and I'm pulling with my arm on his tricep, keeping him locked in tight. This obviously prevents the punch and controls him real well.
And then when you go to control the wrist?
Yeah. I don't let go. Anytime you let go is a bad idea in jiu-jitsu. Slide it down to the wrist. And just...
That was real sweaty.
Sliding.
Okay, so turning grip, just that turning. Is there anywhere to put your fingers to kind of lock them in there, or on the wrist?
Pretty much, if you just do like a cancer grip, right around it. You'll slide, and you'll feel like you're going to catch when you hit his hand, and that's pretty much that new
Just
position.
with the thumb or anything, or?
Yeah. You want to be not necessarily pushing on the thumb, but you're grabbing kind of outside of this.
Think the meat of the hand.
Meat of the hand.
Okay, okay. And that'll turn it up. Alright.
Anything else?
One thing back to the knee. Just the 2 things to get, instead of just stepping through, you can run more with it.
Oh, yeah. So, slide down to here. So I keep doing the stepping through, but you can come right here. That's what you're talking about, right?
Yeah, for the guys that aren't super flexible like me.
So, one of the ways you can do that is I can come. I guess there's a lot of ways, but when I'm here, if I can come and push it right past my leg, and just kick my leg. If I'm not flexible enough to get my leg through here, so I'm here. And then. Isn't that bad? All right, let's give it a shot. So, one of the things is a lot of times I'll be hunting my knee here, and I don't know, I was just so, and it would be hard to get that pushing through to get the knee through sometimes. So in that case, I grab his thumb and I put him in basically a wrist lock here, and then that'll set me up for this one. It also sets me up for the one plot up here. But I'm focused on the triangle here. So then same thing, if I need to, I can push out and get a little bit of space. So slide back in. Oh yeah, I got that. Straight arm lock. So, I'm here, grab his thumb, wrist lock. And then I get inside. And then here, I'm basically back in the position where we were before. I'm pretty much got the bicep right, just sniff on the side. So there's that, with several attack options from there. You can play around with. I'm just going to cover like 3 different things, and hopefully it's not too much for everybody to remember. So the next one, Bill was just talking about, is if I get the biceps right here and he hugs my knee, and I can't, it's got a good grip. So all I do is I push on his hand and I straighten my leg, pin his leg or his whatever that's called, his hand, to his chest, and then I kick up the leg to here. So for this one, I get my biceps right, and he's blocking, just hugging it tight. Hand on his hand, straighten my leg, and it pins to his chest momentarily, long enough to throw the leg over. One final one, sometimes guys will try to I'll get here, and they'll try to grab your leg, like on your, yeah. So I reach underneath my leg, grab his wrist. So, once again, I'm trying to do this, he's striking me there, reach underneath my knee, grab his wrist, straighten my leg, and sets me right back to my triangle. Any questions on those 3 variations? Let's go ahead and give them a shot. We got